Alright, welcome to the video on creating a rectangle in Fusion 360. Alright, we're going to be using the measurements based off the sketches that you've done for the shapes that you've measured and sketched from your engineering notebook. So please make sure you have that with you so you can use it for reference. First thing we want to do in our for our rectangle is we're in a new document here. You want to make sure you're in the appropriate folder on the left hand side here. And the first thing you want to do is under document settings is click on that arrow to make it to drop down that option, and you want to make sure that units is in inches. If it's not, go ahead and click on the little paper with the pencil icon there. It's going to bring it up. You can select inch. You can also make sure it's set as default since most of our drawings will be done in the inch unit type. Alright, once that's been established and we know that we're in the right unit of measurement, we're going to go ahead and go to create. We're going to create our rectangle by going down to box here. And we need to select what plane we want to put this on. So we're going to go ahead and just select this plane right here. And you can start drawing your rectangle from here, or I like to actually click on the cube, the view cube here at the top, and click on front so I can see the actual front of the rectangle. And from there, at the center point, I can click and drag out my rectangle. I'm going to use my measurements. So the first measurement there, the 1.4 inches, actually should be 1.125, which is 1 1/8. Don't hit enter yet. We want to tab over to the next measurement, and that is going to be 2 3/8. So the nice thing about Fusion, you can actually type in the fractions into the measurements. So if I want 2 3/8, I can say 2 plus 3 divided by 8. And then I can hit enter from here since both measurements have been entered. So I do that, and now I have my rectangle. It automatically goes into like an extrusion mode. All right, allows us to make our box 3D. So we click on the home button here by the view cube, and that gives us a little bit better perspective. And we're going to change the height or the distance, so to speak, of that extrusion. In this case, it is 1 1/8. So 1.125. And then we can hit enter since we are done with our rectangle. If it looks too big or anything like that, you can kind of zoom it back into perspective here by clicking that home button by the view cube, and then it'll kind of move everything into the middle. Once you have your rectangle created, we want to make sure we hit save button here, and then we're going to name this rectangle. Make sure it's in the appropriate folder right here, and then you're going to hit save. And there's your rectangle.